Hello and welcome, I'm DDF Racer, and today is Monday, which means that it is time to go racing at Automobilista 2 again with none other than the guys and girls at Gravel Trap Legends. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the channel, this isn't the first race of the series. Today is actually the fourth round of the Montreal, yeah, I had to think about that for a second. The fourth round of the series, because I actually missed the first round, so it's the third round for me, but the fourth of the series. And first and foremost, I want to apologise to everybody who may have been watching the end of last week's race, where I got involved in a, not last lap, but kind of a second to last lap incident with my race-long battle partner, Darren, aka DJM. An amazing battle, such a tense battle, and at the time I thought he'd hit me. He hadn't. Went back to the pits, basically called him on it on the stream and said, you know, there was contact on the straight, and then proceeded to switch the stream off without any warning, literally just a Fernando Alonso style bye-bye, and that was it. Of which I feel incredibly embarrassed about because, well, for a few reasons. One, that's no way to treat you guys, because you take some, well, not some, you take a lot of time out of your day to watch me on YouTube, and I need to be a little bit more respectful of that, because that wasn't nice, you know, just to switch things off without a goodbye or any kind of explanation or debrief. It was a bit rude, so I am really sorry about that, people. I'm very sorry about that. Also, it wasn't Darren's fault, he didn't hit me. It looked like he was a lot closer to me than he was in the cockpit view, but when I was watching the replay back after the fact, he was nowhere near me. I stuck my rear left wheel onto the grass, which, with DRS open at top speed, is not advisable. It caused me to lose control of the car. Because of AMS2 and the very weird, like, off-road, like, grass physics, if you hit the grass, it pulls the wheel, it kind of pulls you towards the grass. So when I'm side by side with another car and I feel the wheel go like that, I thought he'd hit me. I genuinely did, but nah, didn't. He didn't. Now, the consequences of that is basically me quitting the session early and leaving the race resulted in a DNF classification. Didn't result in a P4, so there was only there's only 4 cars in my class racing last week because I played my wildcard. So I was expecting to get 25 points for my efforts. The official standings went up. I only got 4 points because I didn't finish in 4th place. I finished in DNF, but did not finish. So basically my sulkiness cost me 21 points in the championship. I should have just waited in the pits, tried to repair the car and just keep on going, but me being a sulky bum, basically, yeah, cost me 21 points. So plenty of lessons learned. 1, take a deep breath, wrap up the stream, just see what happened. Don't call people out until you've seen the replay file, and don't leave the session at any cost. Just keep going till the end. Yeah, so there's a few things that I'm a little bit embarrassed about from last week's race. I hope you can forgive me. Me and Darren have talked since then, well, immediately after the race pretty much. You know, we had a debrief, we had a little, yeah, chuckle about the whole thing, and it's fine, we're cool, everybody's cool, really, no hard feelings, you know, everybody understands that in the heat of the moment, when you've spent 55 minutes chasing down the same arse of a car, you've been staring at the same exhaust pipes and rear wheels for the entire race, and you get one chance, you're going to go for it, and you're going to be pretty worked up about it. It's fine. It's not so much about the adrenaline on track, it's about how you deal with it afterwards, and you know, being able to discuss it afterwards, that's the important thing, and being able to see that, you know, I was wrong. So, there we go. We live and learn, indeed. Like you say, Daz, like you say, Punch Waterfall, Sticky, JDF, Rob Mitchell, Ziera. Let's all vote on a resounding no tonight. Well, fingers crossed we do, because we are going to be racing. Actually, let me see if I can move it over to AMS2 mode very quickly. All I'm going to say is, I might get emotional in the moment, very important potato, like you say in chat, but I don't get as sweary as you, at least not on the camera. Yeah, eyes forward, head up. So today, as you can see, we're going to be racing at Montreal. we're going to be racing at the historic version of Montreal. Now, why are we racing at the historic version of Montreal instead of the modern version, which AMS2 has? Well, because there are no track limits in the final chicane. You can drive over the green AstroTurf, and that is a valid lap. So, we can't have that. But what this means, the historic version of this circuit is so much cooler. The curbs are like Nordschleifer curbs. There's a kink in the back straight, which you just have to get perfect if you want to...
Nice one, mate.
Thank you, Daz has gifted 1 membership to Rob Mitchell. Well, there you go, Rob Mitchell. Say thank you very much to Daz for your channel membership. That is incredibly generous. And sorry, that is... that is lamb kofta with garlic sauce coming back with a vengeance. Need a drink of water after that one. I'm going to be... Ooh, that's... that was acidic. Sorry about that, guys. Way too much information. Alright then, well, here we go. This is what we're waiting for. So I don't know if the password is up yet. Nope, password is not up in the general or password chat yet, so we are still waiting for the server to go live. So race format today then, for those of you who aren't familiar. I've played my P2 wildcard, so no more P2 for me this season. GT4 Ginetta all the way to the end, so not Glen. Montreal this week, Watkins Glen next week, and Indianapolis Road Course the week after. Practice/qualifying is combined into a 45-minute session. So the first 30 minutes of the session are for the GT4 cars, which will be myself this week. And then the final 15 minutes of qualifying is going to be the P2 cars. So all the GT4s come back to the pits, hang fire for 15, and then let them do the laps, because we don't want to cross each other over in traffic, because there is a significant difference, especially in the corners. Then after that, today... Well, we've done 50-minute races, we've done 55-minute races. Today is actually going to be a 45-minute race, so it's a little bit shorter than usual. Is Stephen Cohen chat? He is! I can't believe I keep on saying things like this when I know exactly what he's going to say. Yes, Aidan Millward, bacon! Because I thought, what could I possibly comment on or write the video title about that's kind of Canadian themed but also generic? And I don't know, it's maple bacon was the best thing I come up with, which it's incredibly tasty. It's incredibly tasty. Daz, how is the little one? She's doing great, actually. She's 1 year old now, believe it or not. It's been over a year since that race at Winton, those 3 races at Winton in iRacing, when I came straight from the hospital, had a 1-hour nap after being awake for a day and a half, and then went straight headfirst into an OzNZ iRacing event. So, yeah, where the hell that year's gone, I do not know. So I believe the server is now on its way to being live. Yes, the server is up, so I'm going to hide this screen, because I don't want you guys to see the server password, because I get in a lot of trouble if I disclose that on stream. So I'm just going to pop that in there. And continue. Does it let me in? Hey, Stephen Co. Gelleressen is next week, Puncher Waterfall. Failed to join the server. That's not gonna work. I guess the password is wrong. Let me try again. Americana round 4. Well, I mean, it can't be wrong because there's people in there. Let me try again. That's right. Joining multiplayer. Yes, okay. It let us in that time. Oh, AMS2 being... I don't know, AMS2. So let's go back to AMS2 mode now that we're in the server. And we're going to change our vehicle. I can see that Viperion is in the P2. Tim Lawson is comms and spectator. G-Dude is in the P2. And I'm in the P2, but that's wrong. Because I need to go back to GT4 and pick my Ginetta. And I'll show you my Ginetta very quickly. Here it is. Custom paint. FedEx. Just Send It Racing Team. That's what we're doing. If I can get the camera to rotate around. There we go. Isn't she lovely? And yes, we are sponsored by Wilson Security, as you can see on the front there. Had to. There was no way that I could do a FedEx livery and not have Wilson on there somewhere. So that's our car for today. So we should probably get into the session, considering, yeah, It's already started, and this is our qualifying allocation. What if Darren made the password rage quit? Well, that would be impressive considering I don't think Darren has admin privileges in Gravel Trap Legends, but that would be quite funny. So that is that. Oh, Colin Burton, the Ginetta GT4 is superb to drive, it really is. So let's just make sure that we are on the correct setup here. Yeah, that's good. We got hard slick tyres on. Let's take the fuel out for quali. So it's a dry track at the moment, clear dry track, no threat of rain, although there may be a threat of rain in the race. We're going to have to see how that goes. Let me pause that music. Actually, let's just not pause the music just let me get the headset on and let's get out on track. And again, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's tuned in so far. Love your work. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Hope you enjoy the race. If you do, excuse me, can't get rid of this cough. If you do, then please do smash the like button. It's literally the easiest thing you can do to help out the channel and the stream. If you want to pass on the love, absolutely no effort, but it helps promote the videos more on YouTube, and then more people watch and more people like, and snowball effect, aka Jimmy Broadbent. But let's not kid ourselves. We're DDF Racer. we're a little sim racing peasant. Let's see the Wall of Champions today, Daz. Well, let's hopefully watch it from a distance. The Wall of Champions is slightly different in today's race, because like I said, we are running the historic version. So let me pop into voice comms. There we go.
Hope everyone had a great Easter.
Thanks, mate. You too.
It was nice to have a couple of days off work.
That's a very welcome welcome from Gravel Trap Legends. So here we go. Let's get stuck in then, shall we? I don't know why AMS2 doesn't save my preferences here. Every time I join a multiplayer session, it puts me in that view with the wrong heads-up display. Really don't know why it does that. I have to reset my overlays as well. Sweet! I'm not sure why the pit guy is doing that, to be honest. Let's head up pits. Exton pits.
Exit's clear. Stay behind the white line. Okay, Dan, we've got 39 minutes to get a decent lap in. Your brakes are cold.
Oh, nice, Aiden. Silverstone.
Your tyres are cold. Watch out.
These guys go through. They're on laps.
On your right. Rewind. You got to the left. Clear right.
Thanks, man.
So one of the first things you notice about historic Montreal is the curbs. It's so much taller. You really got to drive over them to get the most. A lot more runoff space on the inside here, a bit wider. This seems tighter, and again the curbs.
So since we're in Canada and everything, and my good Canadian friends put me onto this, you've got to try maple bacon. So you cook up your bacon, but you cook it in maple syrup. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Can confirm.
I was thinking about the bacon at the wall.
Sorry guys, maple bacon is beautiful.
Alright. So the track's been pretty similar up to now, apart from the curbs. Have a watch of this.
Sounds like we're going around to Max's for breakfast.
So this bit's different. The old start-finish line is here. And then this bit now kinks to the right, and then absolutely flat out kinks, maybe not because my tyres aren't up to temperature yet, kinks to the left and the right again. And look at the speed of this final chicane now. That's ridiculous. So this is our first quali lap on the board now. I've got a bit of traffic here, so I'm not going to try and push the issue too much. This is more just to get into the speed of it. This guy's on a lap as well. Use that brake bias to rotate the car, hippity hoppity over the curbs. They're ghosting out, but I'm not going to take that position. I really should back off towards the end of this lap and give myself some space. Because front view is kind of getting
Enough knobs, or are you
spammed a bit right now. Not quite Montreal smoke meat, Kevin, but spam's, you know, close.
That answers everything, yeah?
I want to again thank Rangy for the magic setup work he did for the Laguna Seca race a few weeks ago. I am using a modified version of this. So I've kind of trimmed the wing out. I'm going to back off after this section here because, yeah, I'm just getting held up big time. Or maybe this guy's going wide. Wow, he's all over the place. Thank you. There we go. That's that traffic sorted. Let's go. Alright, quiet lap time. This is absolutely flat out from me now. Nice clear track. Let's get a banker on the board with 35 minutes in the quali session to go.
P12. Sector 1 is quick.
Here you go, John.
1.3 up at the moment. Fastest lap is a 39.2. Let's see if we can get anywhere near that. A lot of time to be gained in the final sector. 1.7 up at the moment.
You gonna hop out the way, Truey, or?
Sector 2 time is quick.
Brake a bit later there.
You're just up the track, were you?
2.6. Might go for another one after that. Got the fuel in the car. Tyres are looking good as well. I forgot to trim out the brake ducts for the quali run, so there's more straight line speed to be found as well. There we go, 2.8. Oh, that chicane is so much fun. 3.2 up. Where's this going to put us?
Pole position. That was at 139.16.
On pole at the moment from PT, 3/10 ahead of Darren. There's definitely more time in that because that was very sketchy. That I got this chicane wrong last time. Already gained a 10th there and I got it wrong as well. Need to brake earlier.
Sector 1 time is good. Brake temperatures are okay.
Short shift for power. Gained another 10th through that section. Can brake later for this and the hairpin, so there's some more time to be found there. I don't recognise PT. That's a new one. Really got to get up on the curbs here. Oh, sticky, Dad. Get a room, you two.
Tyre temps are good.
Nice late exit, slow in, fast out. Actually lost the 10th there, but then I'm going to carry this speed all the way down the straight. PT's gone a 10th and a half up. Let's get him. Gained a 10th through there. There's definitely more time to be found. Oh, launched it through there. Wow.
Alright, Dan, you've used half your fuel. P2. Sector 3 time's okay.
Oh, too late into the first corner there. 11 thousandths off pole.
Anyone else here got troubles with their rear view mirrors?
Yeah, if you folks do go flatted up, you have to leave the server and come back.
There we go. Braked a bit earlier there. Get a 10th and a half now.
Or just use the virtual room.
Or use the virtual, yeah.
Righto.
Get the drive out. That's a 10th and a half. Only got 15 minutes left in this quali. Even though it says 31. The last few minutes, the 15 minutes to be specific, are allocated to the P2 cars to do their laps.
Sector 2 time is okay.
There we go, that's better. I'll come in after this lap, Daz. I'll do a practice pit stop as well, just to find out where my pit box is.
Okay, Dan, we estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining.
What the second up? Let's see if I can monster this final chicane again.
Exiting pits.
Oh no! Wall of Champions. Too much curb.
Cut the track.
Too much curb. You really got to push it there. Really got to push it. So let's take some of that fuel out for a start. We don't need all that fuel. Let's go to the advanced setup. Let's change the... Okay. Drop them down 20. Remind me to put them back up for the race. Put the radiator down 20 as well. So that's good. Alright, let's go out and have another crack at it. I gotta give you a Wall of Champions at some point, guys, right? That's how it works, right? Pit box is near the end. Excellent pits.
Watch your mirrors, there's a car approaching.
Can you see me behind
Cold
you?
tires all round. Got cold brakes all round, be careful.
Can you see me behind you? Am I showing?
Exiting pits.
No, I thought so, because you ghosted for a bit. I've just been getting a draft. No, I can't see
It's not in the race, Daz, that's right.
I'll hold you up.
So there's definitely time to be made in the first chicane. And by that I mean the left and then right hairpin, not this. This obviously is a chicane as well. Pretty much every corner is a chicane on this circuit, apart from the hairpin. Right at the far end of the track. So I've got some space to myself on the circuit here, that's good. Got less fuel in the tank, need to make sure these tyres are up to temperature. I've got a McLaren ahead of me, which is either going to be Brett or Darren in the Twinkies car. A little bit of a gap behind me, which is fine. Let's try and get some heat into those fronts. I'll get them through that in the final sector. There's the rears. The red car in the mirror's coming up fast behind, but I think I've got enough of a gap to the guy ahead in the Macca not to get held up on this flying lap. Remember, tyres will be cold here, so I've got to have a little lift and then not monster the final chicane too much. Tyres are still cold. Okay, concentration time, here we go. Love that chicane, that is so much fun. Okay, here we go, don't break yourself.
Sector 1 time's okay.
Huge butters.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, right, man.
Sector 2 times quick.
Use all the space on the exit. 7/10 up. Okay, don't throw it away in the final chicane now. This is a mega lap. Oh, I lost a couple of tenths, but that's probably because I was being conservative. That's good enough for pole, though.
You're in pole. Sector 3 times fast.
Exiting pits.
Outbrake myself. Brakes are overheating already now.
5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes.
Have a cool down. Cool down on this lap. Let the brakes ease off a bit.
Exiting pit.
And then with tyres that are still good, go for another lap. Just easy on the brakes. Easy on the brakes, don't overheat those fronts.
Front brakes are pretty hot now.
Yep, thank you, spotter. Captain Obvious right now. Maybe I'll put them up 25% by the race instead of 20. Just play it safe, you know.
Exiting pits.
Oh, it sounds amazing, doesn't it, Lucas? This car just sounds so good. I am so happy to be back in the GT4 again. Alright, brakes should be nice and cool now. Where can I gain time compared to my previous lap? I am not sure. I think I was a bit late on the turn in here. We can gain some time there. Definitely in the final chicane as well. Need an earlier attack, so I could swing it over to the left earlier. Gain a couple of tenths back there as well. So this is it. Another quiet time. Here we go.
Sector 3 times quick.
Ah, scruffy. It's 2 tenths up.
Sector 1 is quick.
Oh, I've lost it all. Lost quarter of a second there. Quiet lap's been abandoned already. On the grass on the exit as well. I haven't got enough fuel for another lap after this. Maybe I can just squeeze it out in the final chicane. Get some slipstream down the straight from the Porsche. 3 tenths down. Maybe it's the brakes. I think maybe it's the brakes here.
2 litres remaining. Expect.
Oh, I gained a bit. But not enough. There's definitely time in the final sector. So I haven't got enough fuel for another lap.
Sector 3 times okay.
I'm going to park it off to the right here. Out the way. And then return to pit box and go again. With 8 minutes left on the clock. Because when it gets to 15, that's it. In terms of GT4 qualifying. Excellent pits.
Keep it tight. The brake temperatures are low. We need to get some heat into them.
So yeah, there's no other chances after 15 minutes to go. We have to be back in the pits by then. So this is my last run. Oh, excellent. Thank you, Sticky. Thank you, Sticky, for posting ! broadcast in chat. If you guys want to open up a second tab, there is an official broadcast taking place on Twitch right now. Full commentary team, full replay system. It's amazing. Great commentary as well. So if you guys want to check out the action from the overall perspective, definitely check out that link that's been posted in
You
chat.
should be rapidly approaching a fastest lap by now. We've got about 7 minutes of qualifying before the P2s will take over.
And if the link has gone off the top of the screen, just type into chat !" broadcast again. Easy done. Currently got half a second advantage over PT, 0.6 over Darren, a second over Gunner.
Are you on comms at the moment, Depp?
Bartap.
You there, Depp?
Excellent, JDF. That's excellent.
Got you. Kuz, are you there, buddy? G-Dude, are you there?
Yeah, mate.
Viperion, are you there?
Yes, sir.
I'm just going to drag you guys down to another channel and have a quick chat about restart procedure.
Okay, here we go. It's lap time. Let's do it. All the time is to be gained in the final sector, so if I can match it in the first two, we're looking good. Here we go. Too slidey. Too slow.
Sector 1 is quick.
Too slidey. We are matching though. Remember, all the time is to be gained in the final sector. We are matching slightly. Peter's improved his time. Oh, just under a tenth up.
Sector 2 time is good. Your front brakes are getting pretty hot.
Oh, lost it all in the hairpin there. I want to say all, 10th and a half. Did get a slightly better exit, but that's not going to save me down this straight. And maybe the brakes will be too hot on the next lap, we'll see. Gaining, we are gaining.
Exiting pits.
Oh, stuffed it at the final chicane. Alright, 2 more laps, 2 more shots.
Sector 3 time is fast. Okay, down. 5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes.
Yeah, brakes are overheating then. It's going to be tricky. Turye, this is a Ginetta GT4. Tenth and a half down.
Sector 1 time's okay.
Gently on the throttle, don't slide it and lose that drive. Still only a tenth and a half down. Use all the curbs. 2 tenths down now. This guy's letting me through. Thank you, sir. Don't know who you are, but thank you. The name's not coming up on the screen.
You've got cold front tyres.
Ah, 2.5 tenths down. Oh, it's an amazing car, tell you. I want the historic version of Montreal, because like I said in the intro, this final chicane, in the modern version, track limits don't apply, so you can run straight over the green AstroTurf. Okay, last chance, here we go.
Sector 3 time is quick.
Okay, 2.5 minutes of qualifying left. You should be on something flying and amazing by now.
Okay, pit stop requested.
Just in case it rains in the race, I'm going to practice a pit entry. Ah. Stuffed it. That's just the brakes overheating because I've reduced the ducts. It really is only good for 1 lap. So I mean, it's not that the brakes are overheating and the brakes are like stopped working completely. They're just not as effective. They're running too hot. They're not being damaged too much because it's only like 1 or 2 laps. So in the race, I will have to dial those braking zones back a bit. I'll have to increase the ducts on them as well. Just keep them a little bit cooler because that's not raceable. This is only qualifying.
The pit crew is ready. We're running on fumes, mate.
Yeah, this is a sequential gearbox too. I could do this if I wanted to. I could use my sequential shift, but I never practiced with it, and maybe with a bit more time I could get used to it, you know?
Exiting pits.
Here's a little bit more fun, but we'll see. Alright.
Litres left. What's your speed?
80k speed limit, so I can brake a little bit after the 100, around about the 80 marker. Hopefully we don't have to make a pit stop in today's race, because it is going to be good on fuel and good on tyres if the weather doesn't change. I use it as a paddle shifter, Toye. It could be used as a sequential, but I just use the paddles on the wheel because that's what I'm used to. And I know, you know. This is Automobilista 2, yes. So let's just check qualifying. Let's just check the qualifying times. Here we go. So currently on pole by 4/10. PT did go faster at the end there, only by a 1/10. Excuse me, and he's in the pit box. What car is he driving? So he's in the Macca. Oh, okay, so Brett is sitting out this race, and PT is filling in for him. So it looks like PT is actually teammates with Darren in the Macca here. So these guys... I mean, well, somebody's faster than Darren in the same car. That is an achievement by itself. Just when you thought that Darren and Brett was an overpowered combo for the championship, Darren and PT just comes into the mix to...
Alright, Dan, 15 minutes left. That's 15
subby driver it out. So there we go. This looks like pole position then, because, yeah, well, no one else is going to set another lap now. It's time for the P2s to do their qualifying. So let's have a look. So myself on pole with a 138.5, and then the only other people in the 38s are PT and DGM, aka Darren, in the 38.9s. Very closely matched, I will add. And we got the bloody 9, got John Slow, Gunner, Toriko Gambit. Next...
Sorry, I was holding the brakes there, Mark.
Next Ginetta is Woodsy in the Dunkin' Donuts Ginetta in 8th position. 1.5 off.
15 minutes, P2s, you are on track, and we have GT4s coming in.
So,
my bloody pit booth is right behind the wall, I couldn't even see it.
and then Mac Attack.
DDF, I just sent you a message. Did you receive that, buddy?
I'll go and have a look at that now. Wait, one sec.
I hope I don't have to pit. I might better get to a pit box.
Yeah, all good with me, Stu. No dramas with that at all, mate.
Okay, he's on his way.
I've just had a last-minute message from Stu, the series organizer, that
The race is 45 minutes, yeah?
Rangy can't make it today. So
45 plus 1.
we've actually have a last-minute sub, a last-minute offer for someone to join my team.
GT4
Steve Slow has offered to fill in for Rangy in the
P2s,
Ginetta.
You should be on track. Sorry, I missed that by half a minute there.
Very last second. Very last second.
Organising a replacement driver for one of our teams.
Can't see him in the server at the moment, but he's going to join us and have a crack. So we are not
Dino.
we're not racing alone
Damn
today.
You.
What's up, mate?
Damn you, Dino.
Sorry, I missed it. I just went to grab a quick drink of water.
So right,
Look at the margin.
This is like the TT, mate.
right then. Let's get the race setup ready. So we got 12 minutes. 12 and a bit minutes to sit in the pits and wait for the LMP, not LMPs, they're not Le Mans cars, P2s to do their thing.
Sure.
So let's go to the setup. Let's put the race fuel back in. Let's actually calculate what kind of race fuel we need. So we're using 2.1 litres a lap. So if I bring up my calculator, 45 minutes times... Actually, let me pop it onto desktop mode, one sec. So 45 minutes times 60 seconds gives us 2,000 700 seconds. Divide that by a race lap time of approximately, say 139, because I'm not going to be doing that pace in race. 139, that's 69 seconds. Sign from the universe! So that's going to give us 30... No, that's not right. That's no, that's 1 minute 9, not 1 minute 39. Let's try that again. Brain fart. 45 times 60 divided by 99. That's more like it. Gives us 27 laps. So round that up to 28 laps. And then add 1 is going to be 29 laps. Because it is 45 minutes plus 1 lap. Times that by 2.1 gives us...
Kez flying Top Gun tonight.
Sign from the universe, 60.9. We always get back to the same number.
Is representing Walmart.
We always get back to the same number.
Uncle Sam.
So
Hyperion's
60.9.
lucky he's actually got the same sponsor for his GT4 as his P2.
Go the Colonel.
We might have safety cars. We might have a few slow laps getting through traffic.
We had to do a bunch of restarts right at the very start of the...
So an extra lap or
getting the lobby
two
open.
to
That
be
may have worked in
safe.
our favour. All the weather's come perfect.
I reckon 65. There we go. 65.
They
That'll
must
do
have thought
it.
I was cycling through options to
Right
get
then.
rid of the wet track.
So
'cause it's very
advanced
dry.
setup, and let's put
It's,
the ducts
it's
at
not the race
25.
yet, Stu.
1, 2, 3,
True,
4,
let's not
5.
hold our breaths just
1,
yet.
2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll be nice brakes for the race. Let's put the radiator back up to... Well, I mean, the radiator was fine. I wasn't getting any engine damage or overheating. Ambient temperature is only 21. The track temperature is 48, which is massive. Let me... Sorry, put it back on this one. There you go, that's better. You guys can see what's going on there. So, a radiator, I'll put that up to 45 just to be safe. That does account for the +1, by the way, Sean, that fuel.
Evening, gents.
Evening.
Hey, buddy.
So, let me just check pit strategies. So we don't
Thanks for joining in, Steve.
we don't need to take any
What's the
fuel.
filling car, mate? What was the other car? What was Rangy driving? Ginetta?
Ginetta for FedEx.
Righto.
You are Rangy Rover tonight.
That's it, the green and purple one, sir.
Okay, Dan. 10 minutes to go.
Slow
That's 10
rover.
minutes left.
No practice, gents.
FedEx, so you better deliver.
Oh, there it was. He had to
Will it
come
be a
out.
crushed? Can I deliver a crushed box?
Depends which box it is.
I can hear DDF crying from here.
We all know FedEx Sim Racing is an empty box only. Alright, so that was awful. We got wet. Sorry, Matt. We got wet strategy, so if it does rain in the
Two
race,
drivers, remember you've got your DRS controls.
we got no fuel to add. We're going to change onto wet tyres. If it, we need to, for some
Just be aware,
reason,
it makes the back
put
of the
some
car very light.
dry tyres on, then we've got a set for that. We don't need to take fuel, and in this car, fuel and tyres
There's a
happen
pizza only on the track
independently.
at the moment, Stu.
So it's
Yep.
it's not like you can basically do your fuel and tyres at the
You're at
same
the
time and get
backside.
free fuel. There's no point doing that. Well, it doesn't
Might
happen,
be
so
back there.
there's no point having
good
that kind of
place to load the
strategy.
track.
If you put fuel in, it's additional to your tyre fill. So yeah, fill it up and no stop all the way to the end. Easy done.
Oh, it's my long lost relative, Slow.
Alright, let's put my glasses back on then. Let's get this headset off for a second, shall we? Alright guys, we got 8.5 minutes to sit around and wait for the qualifying session to finish. So, if you got any questions for me, if you got any Q&A, now is the time. And obviously, it's time for me to stay hydrated as well. Hey, Sticky! Maths jokes are the nemesis of sim racers. I can guarantee you that if you ask someone on voice comms a maths question, it will put them off and will distract them. I've used that on several opponents, and several opponents have used that on me in the Oz and Z days, especially with JB back in the day.
Whoa, Viper's doing donuts.
AKA calculate fuel for 37 minutes.
Is
So yeah,
Kiz ghosting for anyone else?
thank you very much to everybody for joining the stream. Great to have you here.
Yeah, Kisses goes to too.
This is
Yeah,
round
me too.
4 of 6 of this championship. I missed the first round. I scored very poorly in the last round. But I did win from pole and get the fastest lap in the other one at Laguna Seca in the GT4. So far, we're back on pole.
Are you guys able to hold the DRS open through the back chicane? The big, the fast chicane?
We're starting right. Oh, Sticky, these are getting worse, mate.
Depends on how much risk you want to take. You can, but...
Are these chat GPT jokes by any
It's best not
chance?
to actually take any risks. You're best to have a really safe drive, even if you're bringing in 4th. You're bringing home a lot of points.
Oh, don't rub it in, Stu. Don't rub it in, Stu. I would have loved to have heard that speech last week, mate.
I was going to say something with DDF, but I didn't.
I was like, come on, Stu, don't rub it in, mate.
It's like stabbing the knife in, I'm so sorry.
And twisting it.
Very well deserved.
You would have ignored it anyway, Dan. White line fever.
Yeah, exactly.
Stu, how about letting Steve get a few laps in? So he knows
Yeah,
where he's going?
P2 drivers, we've got 6 minutes plus 2 minutes of overtime. Are you guys happy to share the track with Steve?
Yep. No problem.
Yep.
If Steve gets in your way, just call out to him, he'll move out of your way, okay?
So this is my replacement. Well, not my replacement. Rangy's replacement.
Thanks,
The
Steve,
last
you're
minute. So, Steve Ski in the second Ginetta. Oh, it looks like he's joined in the same livery.
Put the pressure on Woodsy, that's
Never
all.
mind.
Can't
Get some
see,
nice
so I said what's done.
teammate side-by-side shots
They'll
for
tell
this.
you where to brake and all that.
Although I still recommend starting at the back, it's probably a pretty safe place.
So, maximum
Well,
respect to
it's got its
Steve
limit
Ski
on.
for jumping in at the last moment to fill in as my Ginetta
Braking the
teammate.
50 everywhere you go, Steve.
Technically true.
BREAK.
Yeah, you can. you
Not
won't
sure
make
I
it.
get that one, JDF, because you wanted. What? Oh, here we go. So this descended from a Q&A
How's
session.
the text, voice to text going, Dino?
That just reminded me, I just started it up.
Shit. Suddenly thought Tim might want to know why there's another car on
So
track.
this isn't a Q&A session, this is a bad joke session. Alright, game on, Colin, game on, Sticky. Let's have a think about this.
No, out of fuel. God damn it. It's not 4/10, damn.
Did you hear about the guy who got admitted to hospital
5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
with a toy
That's very
horse
close up the top there, G-dude.
stuck up his bum? His condition was described as stable.
Yeah, that DRS is no.
I'm out. I'm out. That's me done. That's my contribution to the bad joke session. So yeah, 4.5 minutes to go until we go into the race session. Manual formation lap.
Steve, do not get pole position, okay? Or make DDF look bad.
Oh, Viper, great work, mate.
Don't worry, mate, I won't.
Who let the dogs out?
So 45-minute race with a manual formation
Good
lap,
lap, Viper.
Yeah,
which is
great work,
why
mate.
we have the +1 lap is to account for the manual formation lap.
Oh, you really like that car, don't you?
There's a bucket of chicken coming his way.
Right then. So Steve is on track. Now how do I... There we go, monitor with Steve. Let's see what's going on.
Fire her back up, get back into the fray.
Let's have a look. So these are the other cars we're racing against. This is the Sigma P2. Viperion currently on pole position with a 1:35.4. The KFC Sigma P2 car. We got Dat Boy in the Stars and Stripes.
Can't talk, he's eating his M&Ms.
0.059 behind, very closely contested for P2 pole position. Then G-Dude, 4/10s back with a 35.8, although he is approaching the line now. Does he improve his time? Not on this effort. And we got Kiz, 6/10s back, who does appear to be running the special Ghost livery tonight by the looks of things. Not sure how that's going to work out for him. We'll find out. Very close in the P2 class, only 0.6 of a second covering all 4 cars. Which is what you want to see, you want a nice close battle. Then myself in the Ginetta.
I just picked up suspension damage out of nowhere.
On pole in the GT4s.
41 points.
With PT in the McLaren Twinkies car. And Darren in the McLaren Twinkies car. Got bloody 9 in the Mercedes. John Slow in the not KFC Porsche. We got Gunner in the Mercedes as well. The Rockstar, Rhetorical Gambit. The Skittles Porsche.
Kangaroo paw prints.
Woodsy in the Ginetta, Dunkin' Donuts, Christopher
Yeah, did you see
Eraser,
that? Oh, Woodsy the kangaroo.
the
I was trying to get that. They-
M&M's Macca, Dino in the John Deere Mercedes, Cuckoo, in the Hooters. Great livery. Hooters Chevy. And Mark in the John Deere 2nd Mercedes. Esky, Rockstar Mercedes, got Norbs, the Beamer. Got Mr. J Hill in the PV Chevy. And we got Mac Attack down in 20th overall, 16th in class in the 2nd Dunkin' Donuts Ginetta. Scar 666 in the PV.
These P2s are very, very close.
And Truey in the Macca. Stu in the Spam Series Organizer. Then we have Pixel Boy in the very nicely painted. Can I get around to the side? No, it doesn't let me do that. Porsche, Pepsi Porsche, and Max Power also in the Pepsi Porsche. Oh, that one's looking slightly worse for wear. And then Steve Ski, my last minute teammate in the Ginetta, trying to get a lap on the board. These are literally his first practice laps with 1 minute 29 left in the session. Good on you, Steve. Well, if we go back to the top, let's have a look at the LMP2s. That's it, Steve. Get up on those curbs. See what kind of lap time you can do. And again, sad that you're missing this race, Rangy. Real life calls, obviously. Hopefully we'll see you back in the Ginetta next week, sir, for Watkins Glen. And then we have...
Well done, that boy.
Watkins Glen and Indianapolis.
Good lap.
Cheers, boys.
Oh, thank you, Jezza. Oh, he's not going to improve on this lap. He's letting a P2 through. Does he have anyone behind him on the track within like 10 seconds? Dat's in the first sector. Viperian's already passed him. Kiz is on the start-finish line, and G-Dude's coming up to the hairpin. So depending on how fast G-Dude wants to get around this lap, he may catch Steve Ski here. So let's ride on board with Steve Ski for this final lap of the session. Go on, Steve. Yep, Jezza, thank you as well, mate. John Slow is also streaming this race.
Or at least getting close to starting it.
So if you want to watch a third tab, as well as the GTL broadcast and the DDF live stream, then I don't have a link in chat, but if you can search YouTube for John Slow, the happily average sim racer, it will come up on YouTube and you'll be able to find him, you'll be able to watch the stream as well. So have at it. 3-screen multi-broadcast going on. Epic stuff. So we are now in overtime for the quali session. Steve is going to finish this lap. Go on, Steve. Nice. Into that chicane there. It's currently 14 seconds off the pace. I got a feeling that's going to improve because he's been learning the track, learning the car, and getting out of the way of the P2 drivers. And thank you to Sticky in chat for the link to John Slow as well. Alright, what time's it going to be? Go on, Steve. Go on, Steve.
Yeah.
Race is just around the corner. Send it through the final chicane. There we go. He's on a 1:49.7. He's going to improve it to a...
That's the end of the session. Pole position.
Well
Nice
done.
one.
Good work.
I don't know, actually. What did he improve it to? 1:49.7? A 1:37.4. Excellent. He's in 18th overall.
I think Steve for actually stepping in. That was pretty cool. It was the last minute. Right, everyone, please note we have overcast and a wet track. You have 45 minutes plus one. Set your fuel up. Now, without a doubt, we saw most incidents at the Turn 1 complex. Alright, the shakedown. Too much power too early on will turn a car around, so be aware of it yourself, be aware that other cars may be doing it. It wasn't just one make of car, everyone seemed to have a problem there at some stage. So just take care with that Turn 1 complex, get the gas down too quick and you're probably going to be pointing the wrong way.
It says it's overcast, but track wetness is wet. It's not raining.
I have not played much of this game. Is slicks going to be dangerous in these conditions?
I'm going to go for slicks. And if it's not
Depends how
doable,
quickly it dries out.
if it's not doable on the formation lap,
gone to damp level, so I would say you'll be okay. On
okay, no,
slicks,
it's
but that is
damp,
my
not
call.
wet. Here we
You've
go.
got to make current decisions.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just don't want to be. I don't want to be like fucking a hazard.
I'm going to stick it on slicks. Okay, this is risky. As long as it doesn't rain.
Raining, it won't get any damper, of course.
Oh, this is going to be sketchy.
Just take super care on your first lap, get a feel for
Yeah,
the
this is
wheels,
going to be
feel on
sketchy,
the
sketchy stuff. It's moist conditions.
It's raining in my car.
All right. Manual formation lap. This
The weather
is...
screen says it's only overcast. Right, you got 30 seconds to go.
Okay, here we go. All right, guys, wish me luck.
Good luck, everyone.
Pit stop strategy if you've got one.
Stupid question, is this standing start or rolling?
There's going to be a formation lap. So it'll be a standing start. We're going to cruise off nice and slowly. We're in the order already. I'm going to ask Mr. DDF, please, to put a bit of space between the P1s, P2, sorry, and just make sure we've got some room there.
Will do.
And
Hey, Sticky!
will be leading as we start.
Okay, Dan, stay calm, focus.
Right then.
Green, green, green.
It's not raining, but there is moisture on the track. No inters available, Daz. It's either full wets or full dries, and only hard compound dries available. So the track is wet at the moment. I'm going to make a judgment call by the time we get to the end of the formation lap. I'm going to have it ready. Oh, P2 in the fence already. We got wet strategy selected and ready to go. Lights are on if we need to come into the pits. The right strategy is selected. Oh, this is tense stuff. This is going to be so sketchy on the first few laps. Let's take a note of where the puddles are. There's a puddle on the outside of that chicane. There's a puddle on the inside of turn 1.
At turn 1.
Ah, man. I just touched some standing water and...
Standing water here in Sebastian Vettel corner.
Didn't even have my foot on the throttle and spat me into the wall.
Was standing water. It will dry out pretty quickly because track temperature
Keep your eyes open for the drying line.
is 35 degrees.
You guys got to be very careful for your when it's time to change.
Coming up to the hairpins, Jack.
Gotcha.
Standing water here as well. I got about 10 seconds to the P2s ahead. Is that alright?
That's heaps, so that we don't want much more than that. That should be ample.
Cool, okay. Thanks, mate.
Just means you don't have to stress too much.
Alright, so I've got to keep it in mind now. Puddles.
Okay, overlapping start. So once you get onto that back straight, try and get yourself in a good position for a start. And everyone going to be listening for Dat Boy. He will be setting the pace from the last chicane.
Water on the inside there. Right, we've got dry tyres here. Gonna have to try and make
Braking
it work.
zone into turn 1, of course, is still going to be wet. So just take it super careful. It's a long race.
I'm going to be pitting Mark.
And don't forget that wet patch on the Apex T2.
There's wet here as well.
Chris is pitting in.
Okay, Dat Boy is on the straight.
Yeah, we're green on the straight.
I'm just going to sit on the outside here.
Okay, it's green light go.
Okay, green light go. I wasn't sure if that was a green call or not. But away we go. Right. Avoid moisture. We got cold tyres as well.
Lots of water at the final chicane.
There's water in the apex of the last chicane, so
Ready to go.
I'd go side by side. It doesn't really matter. So sorry, yeah. What do you want? Turn.
That's alright.
Hear that right?
I'm screwed, I need to get the pit.
Mark, is that a safety car?
No, I heard somebody call it, that's all.
Yeah, it's safety car, I'm pretty sure.
Safety
Yep,
car, safety
perfect.
car, safety car. Dat Boy, you've got brakes on.
Got it.
Alright, that was a very sketchy first few corners.
you slowed down, 9?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to slow, yeah.
Yeah. You come past me, I was slowed down as well, so I heard safety car a couple of times.
Is that Woodsy?
No, gun. That was gun.
Oh, good. Just take it easy. Just
So you're in front of me, you reckon? I don't mind.
Yeah, you just got to drop back. Yeah, I was slowing
We're
down.
on the first couple of laps here, Rangy.
I was wondering what happened.
don't fall off the track during safety car. Every car that drives over this dries it out a bit.
Very tense start though. Sorry for the lack of commentary.
And you're saying 23. That's why I couldn't. That's why I thought it was Woodsy.
Just trying to pay attention to the comms in the ear. We have a safety car on track. Someone's called a safety car. We've had a smash behind us. So we don't have a physical safety car in AMS2. What we have...
Keep that gap there, please, DDF.
What we have is a VSC.
No,
I'm going to go in it.
I've got to go in.
I've got a bid.
It looks like we're doing another lap yet anyway, so just prepare for a second lap.
Okay.
We haven't got all the cars back in order yet.
I wondered where you were, Brett.
Can I jump ahead of the GT4s or no?
Are you back on the back of the pack now, are you?
Yeah.
Yep, Viper, you can quietly cruise through. There's no way we're going to get a start this lap, so...
Okay.
Just quietly, make sure everyone sees you there.
Alright, I'll keep left.
Yeah, keep left.
Yeah, I wondered where you were, Brett. Then I saw PT in your car. And then I was like, okay, I wonder what kind of pace PT's going to get.
Out of pits now.
And he's in second. He actually beat Darren in quali.
Back 2 pits. Get back to the pits.
Same as Stu.
Can't pass it.
Oh good, we've got another lap yet, so you'll be able to pull up on the back of the grid. Sorry guys, just nice and quiet. Try and spread yourselves out and get that whole track right.
So put it on pole by 0.3 of a second, Rangy. And we have only really had a couple of corners worth of action so far.
You've just done a 247.69.
Just cruising it round under GT4.
Also used to hitting quite
first
rolling
position.
over the curbs. You can see it's unsettling cars.
Oh my god, my pit box is behind that wall. I had to go into it sideways.
Went over the salary cap for PT. I was like, has Twinks Racing got a monopoly on the fast drivers or something? Jeez, I mean, you and Darren to begin with, Brett. That's like mega team to begin with. But then throw PT into the mix. You've got like...
We're going to single file to restart being wet this round.
Might pay to actually, yep, good call.
You know, you go. It's good. But massive respect to Steve Ski, by the way, who is filling in for Rangy on the at the very last minute. He's jumped in Rangy's car, and he's doing his practice laps in the qualifying session.
No,
so
you got to bet. I was just asking what your speed is.
Massive respect to him, though.
I cruised around 100.
That sounds perfect.
I thought you said watch your speed, as in...
Yeah, sorry. It's just Kiwi. What is your speed, sir?
Yep.
Here's 100, sir.
Slow and steady, Rangy. These FedEx parcels are getting delivered in time today.
At least we don't have to ask.
And in one piece.
Kilometers an hour.
We're still pretty slow here,
Oh, it's going by
so I need to try and get some temperature into the tyres. Keep an eye on where that standing water is. It's a bit on the inside there, but I don't intend on being there in racing conditions. Let's see if there's still standing water on the apex of the hairpin. Tyre temps.
Leaving the pits now.
Okay, Dan, don't let this
There
guy
will be a
distract you.
restart this lap.
Track temps are 35, 36 degrees. You can see them on the bottom left of the screen. Not sure what the air temperature is yet. We've still got standing water at the apex there, so that's going to be fun.
Single file, yes, Stu.
We're going to go single file today. The last chicane, the fast chicane, is not quite as fast as it was when it's dry. So just, that's going to bring us down to a single file lap.
Coming up to that chicane.
Alright, here we go.
Okay. That boy is your
Green.
restart. Just call green when you go over the line.
He's going. There's a bit of overlap on comms. I wasn't sure whether it was green or not. So through the final chicane we go. Bit of moisture here. Keep it together in one piece. Oh, Petey's wide behind.
Green for all.
The gap behind is now 1.5 seconds. That was 234.87. That's your quickest lap.
We are racing now. Let's avoid that standing water. Let's get some temperatures, some much needed temperature into these tyres and pull away. Darren's up to second now. Petey's dropped down to third. Nice bit of a gap behind us. Let's just not outbrake ourselves. Play it nice and safe. Find out where the limits of grip are. Not there. It's a bit slidey. Not running any traction control because it bogs the car down way too much. That's a bit wet still. Bit damp, bit greasy. Short shift into second for better drive. Yeah, running slicks, Rangy. Started the race on slicks, so I'm not sure if anybody dared to put wets on behind, as it was a wet track at the start of the race. I've gambled on slicks because it doesn't look like it's going to rain heavier. Oh, Darren was a bit wide behind that. Got 2.83 seconds on him right now. Don't brake too late, remember the moisture on the inside here. Oh, rear's getting a bit slidey and loose. Stay clear of the apex, don't hit that standing water, otherwise the car's just going to understeer into the abyss. Alright, how much speed do we take here? Just going to have a little confidence lift. There's no water, but there will be water in the final chicane. We've got a 4.5 second advantage. Going to knock it down to third. Just very gently hit over those curbs. Big understeer. There we go, that'll do. Keep it away from the right hand side. Just avoid that standing water.
You're in the lead. That's the best lap in your class. That lap was a 144.44.
Stay clear. That's it. We've got a nice lead at the moment. Nice lead. You see, the thing about Arsenal is they just try and always walk it home. It's not really my style, so I'm just going to try and extend that lead just in case the rain does come back later in the race. I don't think it's going to come back later in the race, but those clouds look pretty heavy.
Safety car.
Safety, safety, safety.
Oh, thank fuck.
Got another safety car coming in.
I must have your vision.
Now this must really help out the people who decided to start on wet tyres, because this is going to give them a free pass to get into the pit and change.
Sure, he's still coming towards you, just watch fam.
So let's have a check on my strategy. I've got tyres selected to be wet.
I'm guessing we'll do another lap.
Looks like we're doing another lap. Won't do any harm at all.
No, yep, okay.
Okay, so if I do decide to come into the pits...
Do the GT4s go when the P...
Yep, everyone goes at exactly the same time.
Okay, no worries, thank you.
So that advantage that we had from that one lap is absolutely wiped out.
Overtake before the start finish.
The guy behind's catching the gaps now.
Yeah, once the track's gone green, it's overtaking from that point. So we can't do a restart for both groups at the same point, so you just got to have your ears open. When you hear the green call, that means race is on. So it means that the P2s or the lead GT4 has gone over the start finish line.
Let's run through this water.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely.
Let's try and get some of this off the racing circuit, the racing line. Let's run it over. There we go. Nicely done. 10 seconds to the P2s ahead. Very stop-start race so far. Last week was also a lot of safety cars as well, but that kind of worked against me because I was I'd already loaded it up on fuel and turned the turbo down at Road America in the P2. So I wanted to have a race that was flat out because I was alright on the strat, whereas Darren
single file restart again. I'm going to restart this lap.
Running much higher turbo than me and was running lower downforce, so it really suited him in terms of fuel consumption and engine life to have some safety cars. So today all I have to do is try and maintain that heat in the tyre. And just keep going, consistency.
You can make this thing.
We're already a third of the way into this race and it seems like we've had like 2 racing laps.
Lead P2, Dat Boy is just coming up to the hairpin now.
Yep.
Gap with the GT4s is alright, yep.
Yeah, looks good, man.
This is also
so
doing
there will
well.
Be a restart on Dat's call.
Doing good for the brakes.
Restarting at the same time.
You're close to get there next.
And maintain 130. Wait for the call.
Green, green, green.
Okay, race is green. All cars are still on the lead lap.
Here we go, through the final chicane. Got a jump on Darren there. Alright, let's do it all over again. Cold brakes, cold tyres. Let's keep an eye on the standing water. Gap is only about a second now, but the track is going to be getting drier every single lap here. So let's just pull away wherever we can. Don't brake too late here. That's it, get it in nice and tight, follow the apex round. Always goes on for a lot longer than you think, that corner. Short shift a second to get the power down. Gap to Darren, just over a second now. PT's still in third, 2.5 back. Got a nice gap to the PTs up ahead. Use the rear brake bias to get the car rotated on apex. Just a little trail braking. And then down to hairpin again, avoid the standing water on the inside. Brake just about 120 mark. Run it wide on purpose. That's it, kill the speed and then slowly on the throttle. Watch out, it's still slippy on the exit. Darren's in that slippy stuff behind, he's not going to get as good an exit as me. Now last time round this kink was definitely flat for me, but I was just too cautious. It's the final chicane that I could have been a bit more cautious with. There we go, there's no standing water, just run it flat, out to the limit. And then still keep it gentle over the final chicane here. That's it, sketchy stuff, but there will be a drying line eventually. 1.5 second advantage.
The lap time was at 143.02.
Avoid the standing water again. I'm going to say that so many times this race, and you're going to hate me for it, but it's so true.
Sorry, Troy. Ah, you're alright, mate. I bailed across because just in case it didn't pull up, I couldn't tell, couldn't judge it.
No blip required for this car, Kevin. This is an auto blip GT4. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but that's what this is. Bit too much rotation on the rear then. Gotta try and avoid the excessively early downshifts. Yeah, very conscious of that, Rangy. Just force of habit from years of driving, and that's what I do, I guess. And when I start thinking about it, it takes my brain off autopilot and my braking becomes worse. So I'm going to try and avoid the early downshifts, but no guarantees, Rangy. It's kind of rewiring 15 years of sim racing, mate. I'm going to make an effort though, trust me. Darren's hanging on behind. Gap is still 1.2. We're pulling away from PT. This is good. Alright, flat out attack here. Don't hit the curb this time. This is where the Ginetta is weakest, by the way. Oh, big slide. The Ginetta is weakest on the straights. It's really underpowered to the tune of about 10 kilometers an hour.
Class, just done at 142.32. 72 time is okay.
Brake later for the first corner there. Let's get it in late. Let's get the drive out. This track is so greasy still. The engine is prone to blowing up, but it's not so much blowing up the engine that the early downshifts affects, Jezza. It's the rear stability. If you over rev the engine in the braking zone, it can not lock the rears, but it kind of unsettles the rear, and it can kick the tail of the car out because suddenly it's got all of these revs from a lower gear, and it just, yeah, it makes it harder to control in the braking zone in terms of, yeah, the rear stepping out. Nice and gentle on the throttle. Lap times are now down to 142.3. Every lap is going to be faster than the last, provided it doesn't rain. Just trying to maximize my exit there. So I'm never going to hit that apex, so if I can get a slow in fast out, that's good. There isn't really a drying line to speak of. It's just more of a generally dry track with a few wet patches. Right. There we go. That's so sketchy through the final chicane. It's another 3/10 up. This is going to be dipping. No, it's not. Still in the 142s.
You've just done a 142.04. Sector 2's 2/10 off the pace.
Definitely brake later for the first corner. Again, every lap is an adventure into the unknown. 7/10 on Darren last lap round there. So I'm still pulling out an advantage. So I'm finding time. He's finding time, but he's not quite finding as much as me. Still need a little confidence lift through this right-hander. Send it through. Short shift for traction. It still breaks traction anyway. Lost a couple of tenths there. Hopefully this lap will be into the 141s. Definitely using a bit of the ABS here. I've got the ABS set pretty low, otherwise if you have the ABS set too high, it can excessively interfere with the braking and extend those braking zones. So I find it better to run a lower ABS setting, trigger the ABS, and then modulate it with my left foot, as opposed to just, you know, it's easy to just turn the ABS up and stomp on it. That's going to make your braking zones worse, actually. So, flat through here. This is easy flat now. There's absolutely no moisture here. There's still lots of moisture on the grass, I can see that.
Sorry, Max.
All of the moisture is gone from the first part of the chicane there. It's just that apex of the very last corner that's still damp. Maybe that'll dry out by itself throughout the course of the race. And that was a 141.7. Darren did a 142.2, so that's another half second I pulled out on him there, extending this lead. Got no doubt that there will be another safety car at some point though, so this is all academic, I imagine. Although it seems like, I know it's so cliche, but safety cars breed safety cars. That first few laps, I think everyone's just trying to settle themselves down with moisture still on the track, trying to find a rhythm, trying to find their place in the pack.
The gap behind us now, 2.9 seconds.
I think everyone's kind of spaced out a bit now in terms of track position, not as in terms of loss of concentration. They kind of spaced out and got their own rhythm. It's making it a bit easier, making incidents a bit less frequent, therefore less need for safety cars. Oh, that's it, Rangy. Just keep on smashing out these lap times. That's literally the only thing I can do, mate. Just keep an eye on where the moisture is, keep an eye on where the grip is, adapt, react, apt, or whatever it was that Michael Scott says, I can't remember.
Halfway home, fuel's good.
So remember, the entry's fine, just that section there, just need a confidence lift on that second apex. Almost matched my time identically from last time round.
Last lap was at 141.78.
Still braking too early for the first corner, it seems. I can brake after the 100 marker. Just need more confidence there. Darren still 3/10 slower than me that lap, but he's definitely picking up the pace, whereas I didn't on that one. So we only gained 3/10 on him there. So every lap is going to be like a PB if I want to try and maintain this lead, which is actually easier than it sounds because the track is drying. So I'm already 2/10 up on this lap, and yeah, Jezza, we are catching G-Dude in the P2 up ahead. We're running very similar lap times.
20 minutes to go, and the lead P2 has the back markers in sight.
That was a horrible chicane there. Just braked a little bit too late. Get the drive out. Darren's actually doing me a favour because he's running wider out of that hairpin. He's actually trying out the track on the left for me. But yeah, like you say, Colin Burton, it's definitely eggshell stuff, this. Every corner could be so treacherous at a moment's notice. Oh, pulling out a bit more of a gap. That's it. That's it. This is going to be an almost identical lap time again. Nice consistency here, but these laps should be getting better.
The gap behind us now, 3.6 seconds. That's the quickest lap for your class. That lap was at 141.73.
There we go, gained 0.17 of a second by braking later. I'm still nowhere near the limit there, so just each lap, just bedding it in, just trying to find a bit more time. I know I have to be more cautious in the chicane before the hairpin. I was a bit too late that time, so I can't push that one.
20 minutes remaining, you've got 20 minutes left.
That's it, nice and steady. Hey, Paul Kirkby, good to see you, sir. There's another half second on Darren that lap. So it's about the 120 marker for that corner, because it's still a bit greasy under the bridge. It's not really drying out under the bridge. There we go, that's 4/10 up, that's more like it. That's the time I lost last lap around.
Hyperion has the lead.
Avoid that moisture on the inside. Get the power down onto the straight. Half a second up now, this is good. The track suddenly seems to have gained a lot of grip on this one. So maybe... No, the temperature's still consistent, so it's not like it's drying out more. Let's see how much moisture's on the final chicane now. Gently does it. There we go. Yep. If I kind of hit that curb just right...
The gap behind is now 4.1. That's the quickest lap for your class. That lap was at 141.24. Sector 3 is 0.31 off the pace.
Thanks, mate.
I can kind of avoid that by getting the wheel up on the curb.
More left. Clear to the left.
Oh, that's tighter than that corner needed to be. 141.2 for me, 141.7 for Darren behind. Still half a second. Thanks, Max. Lost a bit of time on this lap so far. But we are catching the P2. We got someone in the fence there. We got a Pepsi. Who's that? Pixel Boy. Parked it in the escape road there. Must be having some kind of technical problem because you wouldn't end up there in normal conditions. And he's not called a safety car.
You okay, Pix?
Can't seem to move. Backwards or forwards.
Oh, shit. Well off the track.
Sounds like he's had a transmission failure. So we're a bit down on this lap.
Sounds like you're running again there.
1.1 down on this lap.
No.
Shit.
Avoided the moisture there. Nice drive. 1.2 down. G-Dudes is slowing down up ahead of us.
Not really, it's only 38.
2.38 is 0.46.
Do I try and overtake him? He's much faster than me in the corners. Oh, he's kicking up a bit of moisture there.
Yeah, that's true, man.
This could be quite awkward here.
Radiator's up the front there.
Oh!
We're left.
Wasn't expecting that one, Truey. Wow!
Thanks, Joey.
No worries.
I guess I am racing this guy for position. It's like overall position, but this could hold me up quite a bit actually for catching him in awkward spots. So I want to get past him.
We have an interesting situation developing. We have our fastest GT4 catching the slower P2.
On your left. Clear to the left.
Oh, Truey just went full missile. No, points are exactly the same for the win, Jezza. Whether I...
Looks like Pixel's working again. Just watch out, you got the bulk of the pack coming through, buddy.
Yeah, points are exactly the same, mate. So a win is a win in GT4. If I overtake this guy, it's not more points. But is it going to hold me up? I mean, he's pulling away massively here.
The gap behind is now 3.2 seconds.
I really hope that G-Dude picks up the pace a bit here. Because, yeah, I don't want to lose out too much to Darren behind. So I'm 1.5 down on this lap. There we go. Yeah, that moisture's definitely coming away from the final corner now. So this is a bit of an awkward situation for me.
143.00.
Back down into the 143s. Like I said, 1.5 off the pace I should be doing. G-Dude kicking up a bit of spray in my face there through the first apex. Darren did a 141.7. He gained 1.2 on me that lap. This is suboptimal, in the words of Ron Dennis, which is precisely what Darren wants driving a McLaren.
15 minutes left. Well done, Dan. You're looking really good. Come on, keep your focus.
Just need to get him.
Coming up on you, John.
Back straight, mate.
I need to get past G-Dude if I'm going to get past G-Dude. Half a second down on this lap.
I'll stay left, mate.
Oh, hit the curb on the inside. That pushed me wide for the second chicane. 7/10 down on this lap now.
Thanks, mate.
Good hairpin though. Good drive out. Darren's still more than 2 seconds back. PT doing well.
No, mate, no, all good.
So good points for that team. It's the same car there. Brett will be happy to see PT in third. Keeping up the point scoring for Twinks Racing. Although I'm sure Brett is secretly hoping for me to bin it. So they get a 1-2. Vested interests there, mate. Can't say I blame you.
Last lap time was 141.82. Sector 2 is 0.5 off the pace.
Exiting pits.
Yeah, maybe I do need a quiet lap, Marty, to try and get this guy once and for all. Get past him. It's just that awkward kind of thing. We're both running exactly the same lap times. But we're just getting the speed in completely different ways. So it means I'm just kind of... I'm not catching him at the moment. He's not holding me up. But if he has a bad lap, he will be. 141.8 for me, 141.9 for Darren.
Is now 3.2 seconds.
Gained a 10th on him that lap. I actually might be able to use his slipstream to negate the disadvantage of the Ginetta straight line speed. That could be. That's one way of looking at it. This could actually be helping me. I could be using him to pull me along on the racetrack. I'm only 1.1 behind him, although he does have DRS and he is pulling out quite substantially on the first part of the straight. And this being a Ginetta, I'm never going to catch him on the straights anyway, because I top out about 230 or so.
Thanks, Gambit.
All good.
There we go, I can almost go full speed through the final chicane now.
We're currently setting the pace. That was 141.26.
Alright, quiet lap time, here we go. Headphones on, volume up. Enjoy the sounds of the fabulous Ginetta GT4 at Montreal.
I'll go right.
If I can catch up.
Maybe not.
He's in the middle of the track.
The gap behind is now 2.2.
Okay, problem solved. Here we go. Clean track now. That's in the nicest possible way, G-Dude. That's the best thing that could have happened to me in this race. That's one problem solved. Thanks for holding your brakes, mate. Right, race on, maximum concentration. Both guys behind me in the Twinks Racing Maccas have dipped it into the 1 minute 40s. They're finding some extra pace, I'm not. So this time round is going to be a quiet lap, because now I've got an absolutely clear track ahead of me with no distractions, so...
Sorry, whoever that was.
Let's do this. I'm really sorry, G, dude, that's not good for your race, man. That's the last thing you want to see as a fellow competitor spin. But that really did help out.
10 minutes to go.
Okay, 10 minutes and a 2-second lead. Quiet lap incoming. Let's get into the 1 minute 40s. Here we go.
That lap time was 1:42.04. You've used half your fuel.
What was he? Sorry. You're good. Best of luck.
A bit wet on the inside.
You're looking really good. Come on, keep your focus. 10 minutes remaining. 10 minutes.
That was close. Too much brakes. Wiped out my quarter of a second advantage, but I'm still on for a decent lap. Power down the straight, here we go. Darren's catching, he's bedding in. He's getting into his race pace. Oh, way aggressive on the curbs then, but that'll work. It's gonna be a one.
White flag, mate. Okay, Dan, we're matching race pace. The gap behind is now 1.8. That lap was at 1:41.14.
The best lap of the race so far, but it's not into the 40s. It's not the fastest GT4 lap. Darren's still close, and he gained a 10th on me that time. Well, I don't want to push too hard and spoil it, but if I don't push hard enough, Darren's going to catch me. It might look like a nice lead at the moment, but this is a very high pressure situation. Very high pressure situation. Lost a lot of time at this corner. So let's brake a little bit earlier. Let's keep it in tight and gain the speed back on the Delta. Here we go. There we go. Quarter of a second, 3/10. That's it. This is the lap times I could be doing. Slow in, fast out, but not intentionally. Still quarter of a second up, though. Coming up on Esky Man in the Merc here. Hopefully he likes to cooperate and not get in the way too much.
Just lost my arm. Sorry, anyone I hit.
Esky's coming in the pits, actually. There we go. Yeah, final chicane is
side of the track, buddy.
almost normal line now.
There's a white flag. You're safe right now. That's the best lap in your class. Yellow flag. That lap time was 1:40.56.
Doesn't look like it. You're sitting on the grass right beside the track.
I might be sitting here till the end.
You missed everybody, Matt.
Good.
Ooh, sketchy.
Have you got
I was looking for you, slow. I was like,
Can you get me earlier?
yeah, sorry, mate.
You're still rolling forward. Have you got visibility?
No, yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm just
You have?
trying to
Come
get
in.
off.
Okay. There's a clear patch coming off the track now. If you need to rejoin.
Nah, it's alright. I'll just sit here till the end.
Track definitely does feel a lot drier now. 140.5 for me, 141.6 for Darren. Gained 1.1 seconds that lap. Excellent.
Pull over to the right, kids. Cheers, mate.
Excellent. This is exactly what we need. Oh, this is so tense. 5 minutes to go. Still moisture on the inside there. Now, when it gets to exactly 5 minutes to go, there are no more safety cars. You can't have a safety car called in the last 5 minutes of the race. So provided the next 37 seconds nobody calls it, we're good till the end. Oh, missed my turn in there. Had to have a little confidence lift. Coming up on max power in the Pepsi Porsche. Yeah, final chicane is completely back to normal now in terms of racing line, so we can attack that next time round. We've got someone waiting on pit exit there. 40.9. Let's get the speed out. We got a car parked on the inside. That's the guy who lost VR.
That's 5 minutes remaining. We can win this.
Sorry, mate.
5 minutes, no more safety car. We got this. Lost half a second there with the indecisiveness of the Porsche Pepsi, but was he going inside? Was he going outside? I wasn't sure, so just play it safe. He did lift off eventually. Tyres are still hanging on very nicely, but I've not really put them through too much of a pressure today. Seven tenths down on this lap. I did a 140.9 last time. Darren did a 140 point flat. Still gained a tenth on him. That was a nice hairpin. Right, turn in early, don't turn in late like last time. Straight line this as much as possible. Easy flat now.
Thanks, Max. Cheers, Max.
Completely good through the final chicane. We can run more pace there next time round.
We're setting the pace. The lap time was 141.00.
140.999, 140.571 for Darren. That's his best lap in the GT4s. But not the best lap in the GT4s, okay. Let's maintain it.
The gap behind is now 2.7.
Gained 4 tenths on me then. We got PT still back in third. 7 seconds behind. Oh, too late on the brakes there, mate. I think the brakes are starting to fade a bit. I maybe should have opened up the brake ducts a little bit more, but it's taking longer to slow the car down, even though there's less fuel on board, so I have to keep that in mind. Nice wide line there. Only 2 tenths down on my PB. Keep smashing those consistent lap times. Sorry, it's not the most exciting in terms of on-track action, but in terms of in-car action for me, this is so tense. 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes to go, 2 minutes.
Still get a +1 lap, yep, still get a +1 lap, so I think we might actually have 3 laps left.
Last lap was at 140.72.
Got this, one more, because the clock will not be at 0 the next time I cross the lap, and then there'll be +1. 140.7 for me, 140.1 for Darren. Man's coming alive.
We're almost going to get the 2 leaders crossing the line at the same time.
Darren's finding a lot of pace right now. It's only 1.5 back, with 3 laps to go. He's not left me alone in the Mirrors-All race. Okay, next lap, quiet lap, concentration. Yeah, it's a bit slidey, Paul. It's a bit slidey. Way too late into the hairpin there. Brakes are definitely going. Brakes are definitely not the same brakes that they were at the start of the race. Wow. Hold on.
I'm really sorry about that, mate.
That's alright, no damage, all good.
Alright.
You've just done a 140.92.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay, Dan, that's good consistency. Keep it up.
.141.1 for Darren, 149 for me. Gain 2/10. It's all ebb and flow here.
Got a bent wing. Oh. Sorry. Got a bent wing.
Don't look at his wing. Okay, Viper's been across the line in a couple of minutes. That's going to mean last lap.
Oh, on the grass.
One lap to go.
Down the back straight. One more to go after this. We are coming up on Pixel Boy, but I think it should be fine in terms of traffic. I don't think we're going to catch him on this lap. Hopefully not. We've got a 3-second advantage to Darren, just holding on into the final chicane. Oh! Missed my turning point completely there.
Track limits there.
Is the suspension okay? Last lap. Last lap.
One more lap to go.
Car just turned in way more
141
than I was expecting.
Sector 3 is 1.2 seconds off the pace.
Darren did a 140.5 as well. Oh, that's not good. I did a 140.14. He gained a second on me. I think the suspension's okay.
Doug is.
The guy behind's reeling you in. The gap's now 1.1.
Car just turned in way more than I was expecting then. Wow.
Some side-by-side battles going on around the track though.
Darren's really pushing. Just hold it together, only a few more corners down. Got smoke up ahead, who's that? Oh, we are going to catch Pixel. Darren's 7/10 back. Don't brake too late at the hairpin.
Win for Viper. That boy second, Kiz third.
Left side, right side. Clear right.
A bunch of us just started our last lap.
Woodsy, you can't.
Darren sending it. Pixel Boy, I wasn't expecting him to stay wide.
There's no way I'm beating a car that looks like yours. I get
It's all down to the final chicane. Darren saved it right until the end. He's closing in the Macca with the straight line speed. Send it through, maximum attack, 3/10.
GDF and Darren are neck and neck.
2/10.
Almost.
Oh!
Well done, DDF.
Clear to the left.
Well done, Dan. Great win. You deserve that today.
Oh, that was a lot closer than it needed to be. Darren absolutely sent it in that last lap. Wow. That was me being stupid over the curbs on the penultimate lap. I want to say stupid. I don't really know what happened. The car just decided to suddenly have way more grip than at any point it had in the entire race.
Yeah, sorry about the tab.
No, good.
And then I think I did have a bit of suspension damage because it was
a little bit
off the pace
Racing guys.
after that.
On your left. Clear left.
And yeah, that traffic at the end, Pixel just caught me off guard. Didn't know which way he was going. Didn't realise he was going to keep it hard left. And then Darren was like, right, I'm just going to send it.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Thank you, Brett.
It was a big send from Mark.
Thanks, JDF. Thank you, Sean.
I even lost that battle.
Cheers, Colin, Kevin, Bushel, Mars Heap, Kirkby, Jezza, Sticky, and everyone who's gone off the top of the screen.
It was it was champions of the underdogs. This time we had Viperian, well done, great win, and DDF for the well-needed win as well. Very good work.
Whew, thanks, Cameron.
That was very challenging racing.
That was very close at the end.
Great pass at the end, John.
So close at the end.
Oh, enjoy your beers, Dad. You definitely earned them today. I think I may have earned one as well just after that.
Woohoo, I finished Good job, Mark.
Oh, that feels...
That was a very good recovery drive, Kuku. 9th place.
And the gap was...
Last.
Yeah, you were last at one
Let's
stage.
have a look. We'll get the gap when it says race complete there.
I was happy to finish a race. It's good
There we go, race complete. What does it say?
Well done, guys. That was really challenging driving.
I think it was like 10 minutes to go that final chicane was finally dry.
Oh, what's that? 547, 647.
Like, why the puddle right there?
I was having
No point.
It was just like
096? No, 4.
Rear tyres. I had put my balance forward.
Yeah, 0.094 was the final gap at the end there. I don't know why that took me so long to work out. I said my maths isn't fantastic.
Yeah, I kept just clipping that puddle in the hairpin. So I sort of slowly catch up to DDF and then clip that puddle and lose about 1/18 of a second. And slowly drag back again. I'm sure he was cruising, but...
No, not at the end, mate.
Frustrating.
I could see you catching. And every time I ran wide in the hairpin, I could see you going to the inside. I thought you were going to dive me, and then obviously you hit the puddle, but I was just trying to stay wide of the wet stuff there, so it probably looked more inviting than it actually was.
Yeah, and then the last... So you bounce over the chicane on the second last lap.
Yeah, it just turned in
So
more
I
than
just
I
went
expected.
went full send on the next one, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, I knew you were coming, but that was 0.094 at the end, I think. Close stuff.
That was really exciting finish.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Well done, buddy.
See you, mate.
See ya.
Your car's upside down.
Thanks, guys.
See you, buddy.
I didn't even get to see a P2.
There's one not far behind me, but yeah, that was not far behind me.
Where did my teammate finish? Steveski, 13th.
Well done,
Massive
Viper, on your
fact.
first win with GTF, man. GTL.
Well done, mate.
Yeah, well done, Viper.
Well done, Viper.
Well deserved.
I thought we were supposed to pull the internet. We've got to.
Frame rate took a nosedive as soon as the race started and the weather changed.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's the weather or the everyone had their headlights on.
Yeah, probably a mixture.
It just,
I think I was
my
racing
VR
about
frame
40.
rates were terrible.
Overcast is always.
He actually got a penalty, 10-second penalty as well, so it would have
missing
been
all my fucking braking
higher than that.
lights
He would have been 11th otherwise.
It was touch and go there with the track. I mean, it was wet when we loaded in. Within about a minute, it had changed to damp. So fuck. It was a tight call, that one.
I was going to run wet, and then it went to damp, and I was like, no.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah, I did the same. Actually put wets on it, and then
You would have had to have.
Too soon to go on damp, and I thought, oh, shit.
Yeah, 20 seconds to go, I changed my tyres.
You would have had to have pit to get they wouldn't have lasted on that track. It was too dry by the end.
Yeah, true. Massive thanks to Steve for jumping in at last minute as well with a 13th place finish there. Awesome job, mate. Thanks for that.
Then he did good. He saw you in the stream and sent me a message saying, "What's DDF doing by himself? Oh, I'll help." So it was the last second I think he got in. It was awesome.
Good effort, mate. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, it's good for jumping in with no practice.
Yeah.
We don't normally encourage it, but Steve's a very good driver.
And Brett says hi in chat, by the way. He's on holiday, but he's still waving at all ears.
Well, Petey had his car and he drove it really well.
Yeah.
kept it up where it should have been anyway.
I
And
think if he'd stayed ahead at the start, it probably would have given DDF a hard time. Had
It
a
was
little bit more pace
lot,
than me.
a lot more than no practice, though.
yeah, well done anyway. It's a good job.
Yeah, awesome job, mate.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
I practice heaps too, but it didn't get me too far up the grid.
That was pretty hard conditions, though.
Yeah, that was a tricky race. Lots of standing water everywhere. That was.
Did your results screen show you ahead of me, Bloody Nine?
No, you're
okay.
So confirmation of the results. Let's scroll down as well.
You still ahead of me. I thought my pass might have been invalid.
Before we leave the server, we can see everything on the board here.
Yeah, mine does too. Do we need to look at that?
She got disqualified.
Crossed the line before me.
So.
Yeah, he was in my mirrors.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Literally, this series is win it or bin it. I've had 2 wins and 1 DNF. Next week, we move on to Road America.
The good news is, next week looks wet.
No.
Not questionably wet. It looks like it is going to rain. I'll get the dates and all the details of Canopus fairly soon. But yeah, I'd practice Watkins Glen with a bit of wet on the track.
Ooh. Watkins Glen.
Oh, that'll be a hard track in the wet.
Yeah. As long as it's wet, the tyres will be fine. If it's not really wet, those tyres just overheat something right.
We couldn't have had worse conditions today. Starting off wet, yeah, if you'd had chosen wet tyres, they would have cooked and you would have had to have pitted. And that was obviously just damp enough to trigger wet at the start of the race, and within a minute was just enough to cross that threshold. So
yeah.
I don't think we could have got harder conditions than that.
Yeah, very tricky. Very tricky. Well, thanks for hosting and organising, as always. I'm going to wrap the stream up, but I'll be back in chat in a few minutes for anyone who is still hanging around.
Hi, dear mum.
She says hi back.
Mate.
Thank you, sir. And yeah, I'll catch you all next week on the stream, but I'll be back in a few minutes in chat for anyone who's still here. Yeah, good racing, and yeah, thanks for the race.
Good on you, DDF.
Cheers, mate.
I was wondering why Viper didn't reply to everyone's congratulations. Of course, he would have been getting an interview.
I was, yeah.
Okay, well that is that. Let me just exit to the menu and go back. Let's put the loop screen on and let's pop some music on and let's wrap this stream up because yeah, a few of you in chat have mentioned beers. That is definitely a good idea. I think I might go and grab one. Kevin M, thank you. Breakfast time now here in actual Canada. Well, of course it is actual Canada. Excellent stuff. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's not too early in the morning for you. Sean, Sticky, Colin, thank you. Mr. Bishy. Oh, yeah, sweaty work. It does feel good to get a win on the board, I'm not going to lie. Excuse me. After last week's disappointment and embarrassment, I feel like if it was going to be anybody pushing me today, it would be Darren. Although I probably did make it a little bit close at the end than it needed to be. Not intentionally, but that... I'm going to have a look at the replay and see why the car just suddenly just went yeet over the first half of the chicane, because it didn't do that at any point during the race, and all of a sudden it turned in, it just gripped up, and it was like, okay, well, I guess I'm going for a flying lesson in Canada. But yeah, really enjoyable stuff. Like you said before, next week we're going to do this all over again at Road America. Let me put that loop on the screen right now, because I do have a loop ready to go. Where are we? Not Road America, Watkins Glen, sorry, Watkins Glen, we've already done Road America. Race at Watkins Glen, it's going to be wet by the sounds of it, so if you thought that was sketchy, it's going to be even sketchy next time round. And then the week after that we have Indianapolis, but there's going to be stuff happening on the channel way before that anyway, because we have the next round of the DDF Racer Bin Car series. That's going to be happening on the 15th of April, aka this Saturday. It's in Race Room. It's my hosted championship that I've been running all year, and yeah, this month we're going to be racing at the Gelleresen circuit, which is so tight and so twisty, and perfectly suited to multi-class racing of the Pragas, Audi TTs, and Mazda MX-5s. It's going to be epic fun. It's going to be great fun. In fact, let me put that loop on the screen right now so you guys can have a squiz of that. Bin car. Round 3, Gelleresen. There we go. So you can get a taste of what's coming up on the screen right now. There are still plenty of slots available, so if you guys want to take part in that race, type into the chat. Actually, no, don't type into the chat because I haven't set up a command. Just go to ddf.justrace.net and go and sign up. You're more than welcome to come along and take part. Regulars of the series have already got their spots, so you're not going to take any spots of anybody who is in the championship battles already. So yeah, come along and have some fun. It'll be good stuff. I guarantee you, it's going to be great racing, great fun. Bit tricky, but what's the point if there isn't a bit of a challenge to it? So check that one out. And then on the 28th, no, it's not going to be the 28th because I'm not available that day. It's going to be round about the 28th. It might be the 30th of April, maybe, or the 23rd of April. We'll see. A Dirt Rally 2.0 stream, and it's going to be the 2000cc cars at Wales, and that's going to be raining as well. It's going to be lots of rain coming up this month, apart from racing, which doesn't rain. Anyway, that's me done for today. Again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. I really do. It's not too late to leave the stream a like, say hi in chat, or subscribe. But if you don't want to do any of that, that's fine. If you're already subscribed, love your work. I'm heading off now because I'm just talking way too much. Thank you guys and girls. Enjoy the rest of your day and rest of your long Easter weekend, however much of it you've got left. And I'll catch you when I catch you. See you guys. Bye-bye. Oh, depends on the Wi-Fi, Elizabeth, but I'd imagine with the in-flight service, you might be able to get a good connection. We'll see. Say hi in chat. Drop me a line over the Pacific or the Atlantic. No, it'll be the Indian Ocean. Drop me a line over the Indian Ocean. Say hi if you can. All right, I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.
you